we will be presenting our witness pero hindi po siya yung testigo po pagdating po dyan. In time po, we will be presenting witness or witnesses that will explain yung manner po ng confidential.
Kasi I asked my staff, wala po sa listahan ng testigo na meron tayong competent witness.
Yung COA, diba?
So saan ang galing yung sinasabi niyo may present
Yung COA po. They will be the
COA
one
is not a competent witness sa pag-handle ng intelligence and confidential funds. Somebody,
Your Honor, meron po
you know,
kasi
maybe
kami reservation.
a retired intelligence officer, you know, somebody like that na maalam mag-handle.
Senator Lacson may proceed. You have
Thank
2
you,
minutes, sir.
Mr. Presiding Officer. Hindi po ako magtatanong. I will only make a manifestation. I'm only wondering why neither the prosecution nor the defense is presenting a competent witness in the handling of intelligence and confidential fund. Kasi po, in my previous life, sa intelligence, sa law enforcement, ang natatandaan ko, kasi limited yung purpose ng intelligence at saka confidential fund. Nagtataka lang ako, nakita ko yung regularity ng withdrawals ng cash parang every quarter except for December, December 20. So sana kung para ma-educate kami at saka magkaroon kami ng informed decision later on, sana meron tayong competent witness sa pag-handle ng intelligence fund or confidential fund. Para nang sa gano'n naman, ma-appreciate namin at matanong din namin sarili namin, regular ba yung every quarter kasi January, April, tapos July, di ba? Parang regular eh. Ang alam ko, pagka may pangangailangan dahil merong intelligence gathering operation, may confidential activities, saka palang mangangailangan ng pera. So yun lang, Mr. Presiding Officer. The defense may also respond or comment. So with the prosecution. Thank you.
We will recognize both sides, but recognize first to respond to the inquiry of the manifestation, rather, of Senator Judge Lacson. The Honorable Chua. You may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, we will be presenting our witness pero hindi po siya yung testigo po pagdating po dyan. In time po, we will be presenting witness or witnesses that will explain yung manner po ng confidential.
Kasi I asked my staff, wala po sa listahan ng testigo na meron tayong competent witness.
Yung COA, diba?
So saan ang galing yung sinasabi niyo may present
Yung COA po. They will be the
COA
one
is not a competent witness sa pag-handle ng intelligence and confidential funds. Somebody,
Your Honor, meron po kasi
maybe
kami reservation.
a retired intelligence officer, somebody like that na maalam mag-handle. Nagtataka lang ako bakit masyadong regular tapos yung una pa, natapat pa na magpapasko.
Yes, Your Honor, may present po kami pero kung makikita po ninyo dun sa aming pre-trial brief, meron po dong reservation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Confidential pa daw po. The Honorable Attorney Poe, rather, is recognized for your comment to the manifestation of Senator Lacson.
Thank you,
You may
Mr.
proceed, sir.
Presiding Officer. Same comment actually with the prosecution, Your Honors. Meron din po kasi yung tayong mga reservations. So we will present when we feel necessary, Your Honors.
Sa ngayon nga, confidential pa din yung witness niya. Senator Erwin Tulfo is recognized for his availment of round 2. You may proceed, sir. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Miss Witness, ito pong transaksyon na 125, 4 times so yata ito, tama po ba?
Tama po.
Alright. Hindi po ninyo na-report ito sa AMLAC?
Gaya po ng sabi ko po, na-invoke ko po yung AMLA rule, prohibiting us to disclose po any information regarding
No, I'm
that.
not saying na you have to disclose to us, pero I'm saying kailangan po bang i-report ito? Kasi ma'am, ayon po sa AMLAC law natin, covered po ang lahat po ng government transactions ng government agencies. Tama po ba? Do you
Opo.
agree to that? All right.
Yes po.
At saka, another thing, ito po ba ang transaksyon na ito ay nasa ilalim ng list of due and demandable accounts payable LDDAP? At saka, meron pa bang itong advice to debit account, ADA?
Meron po silang advice na nai-issue po yan.
Okay, pero nasa ilalim po ba ito ng LDDAP, yung list of due and demandable accounts?
I
Payable.
think agency na po ang pwedeng sumagot po regarding this.
Okay, all right. That's all, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Senator Judge Erwin Tulfo. Senator Judge Risa Ontiveros for her second round. You may proceed, ma'am. When you're ready, you have 2 minutes.
Salamat po, Mr. Presiding Officer. Madam Witness, yung unusual pa rin, bago ibang tanong. Kanina sa prosecution, involved limit. Magkano po yung cash involved limit
Sa branch po
sa
namin.
branch ninyo?
Oh, pwede ko bang hindi sagutin po yan for security?
All right. Then hindi ko itatanong yung follow-up question doon. Ito na lang. Sabi po ninyo, wala ang branch ninyo ng ganyang amount. Kung pwede nyo sabihin, magkano po ang halaga na meron ang branch nyo?
Yung malaki po kasi amount. So, in
Yes.
any given day po kasi, talagang wala po kaming branch. So, pwede ko po in average, kung ano lang po yung sa tingin namin na kasya po yung during the operational transactions po ng branch. for the
Magkano
day.
po yung average na yon sa branch nyo? Transactions for the day?
For us, mga ano po, maybe, mga 20M po.
20M. So ito pong 125 million ay times 6 po dun sa average na transaction sa branch nyo in a given day.
Apo.
Okay. And then, sabi nyo rin po kanina sa prosecution, kailangang tawagan ang cash center ninyo para i-transact yung amount. Magkano po yung floor ulit na halaga para kailangan yung tawagan ang cash center ninyo?
Any cash requirements naman po ay tinatawag namin sa cash center po namin for assistance.
Okay. Would you say anything above 20 million, kailangan kayong tumawag sa cash center?
Kahit po less than, basta po requirement po namin sa branch for that day, sa daily operations po namin.
And yung 125 million na yon ay lampas sa kaya ng branch nyo in that day?
Opo.
Okay. Kaya unusual ang sinabi nyo kanina
Opo.
sa prosecution.
Opo.
Okay po. In total, kalahating bilyong piso in cash ang winidraw ng Office of the Vice President. Sa experience, karaniwan rin po bang mag-withdraw ang isang ahensya ng ganyang halaga, kalahating bilyong piso, in cash, sa loob lamang ng 8 buwan?
Hindi ko po yun masasagot kasi yung agency po maybe ang dapat pong sumagot about it.
Oh, pero para sa branch po ninyo, naranasan nyo na po ba in the higit 3 dekadang nagtrabaho kayo sa Land Bank na merong alinmang ahensyang nag-withdraw ng ganyang halaga, kalahating bilyong piso in cash sa loob lamang ng less than 3/4 of a year?
Wala po akong ma-recall kasi mostly nga po ang sabi ko ay puro through online or ang transactions na po nila or cheque.
Okay. At bilang branch manager, sinigurado nyo po ba na otorisado talaga ni Vice President yung pag-withdraw ng kalahating bilyong piso?
Meron naman po kasi silang inisyong advice. So, binase naman po natin yung check Gina Costa na ito po ay may advice na po and funded.
Alright. So, batay dun sa issue advice ni Ms. Jean Acosta, yun na yung pagtitiyak nyo na otorisado ni VP yung pag-withdraw nitong kalahating bilyong piso in
Opo.
cash.
Opo.
Salamat po. Salamat, Mr. Presiding Officer. Last 2 questions if there's a final round. Salamat po.
Thank you, Senator Judge Risa. Senator Judge Rafi Tulfo for his availment of round 2. You may proceed, sir, when you're ready. You have 2 minutes.
Madam Witness, how are government agency accounts being opened sa Land Bank? Ano yung proseso po?
Pakiulit po, sir.
Ano po yung proseso para yung isang government agency ay makapag-open ng account sa Land Bank?
Meron pong request na galing po sa kanila. At the same time po, meron din pong approval from the Bureau of Treasury na mag-open po sila ng account sa amin. So once approved na po ito, ay ma-open na po yung account.
Very good. Now, OVP, sino po yung nag-open na account? Sino po yung pumunta sa bangko ninyo para i-open yung account ng OVP?
Ang alam ko po, nag-inquire po yung head po ng
Huwag
agency.
pong alam ko. Dapat sino po talaga. Sigurado dapat kayo.
Yung head po ng cash division.
Nila.
Opo.
Okay. Ano po yung mga presentang dokumento para magpapatunay na sila po authorized talaga na mag-open account on behalf of the OVP?
Gaya po na sabi ko nga po kanina, yung pong request nila na mag-open account, at the same time, yung approval po ng Bureau of Treasury na sila po ay allowed po mag-open ng account sa amin.
Ano kung nasa niyo po yung question kanina, sino po yung person na pumunta doon para magpresenta na ako'y from OBP at nagpakita ng dokumento at ako yung authorized person to represent the OBP for this account?
Yung head po ng cash division po ng OVP.
And what is her name again? Anong pangalan niya po?
Hindi ko na po ma-recall yung head po. Yung isa po kasi staff niya po yun,
Okay.
si Miss Queenie.
So pagdating niya po doon sa bangko, meron po siyang sigurado akong binabanggit ng mga taong point person na para pumunta sa bangko para mag-withdraw at sino yung mga signatories, etc. Tama?
Pakiulit po ang tanong, Your Honor.
Kasi po yung sa cash division, hindi mo na maalala ang pangalan ng tao ulit?
Yung head ng cash division, hindi ko na po ma-recall.
Okay, sige. Yung head ng cash division, pumunta doon ng open account. So, doon nagkakaroon na agad ng arrangement para sabihin sa inyo na ang pwede lang mag-withdraw ay si ganito at kasama si ganito.
Wala pong ganong arrangement.
Wala.
Wala pong ganon.
O dapat mayroong arrangement para malaman ninyo kung sino yung point person ng OBP para tumawag sa inyo at sino kayo nagde-designate ng point person to coordinate from the OBP to the Land Bank.
Yung po, sorry po, ang pagkaintindi ko po kung sino po yung inisyuhan nila ng cheque, ganun po ba?
No, sino yung taong nagsasabi sa Land Bank na ito lamang na tumawag na withdrawal at ito lamang ang pwedeng pumirma sa cheque, etc. etc. There has to be one person.
As to authorized signatories po, aware naman po yung agency kung sino po yung mga authorized pumirma. Ngayon po, kung sino po yung...
No, sorry. You're listening but you're not hearing me. Sino po yung tao na nagsabi sa Land Bank na, hey, Land Bank, ito lamang mga tao ang pwedeng kumontak sa inyo, ang pwedeng mag-withdraw, period. Sino yon?
Ang pagkakalam ko po, yun pong sina Asik or Tonyo po.
Sina
Tsaka po
Asik.
sila po kasi yung officers po ng
So did they
OVP.
go personally sa Land Bank or through telephone lamang?
Sa pagkakaalala ko po, meron po silang written communication po
So how
sa
did you
amin.
know na sila talaga yun nasa written communication?
Nag-represent po sila ng mga IDs nila. Doon po sa pagkakaalala ko
So
po.
they went to Land Bank personally? And then they presented documents to prove that they are that person?
Opo.
And
Kasi,
then Go ahead.
sorry po, pwede pong mag-back in.
Go ahead,
Bali po doon, sa pagkakaalala ko po, sa binibigyan ng dokumento, meron na rin pong photocopy ng mga IDs po nila.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Wei.
Thank you, Senator Judge Tulfo. Senator Judge Pangilinan is recognized for his round 2 availment. You may proceed, sir, when you're ready. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you. Yung cheque na winidraw o pinisenta sa inyo December 20, 2022, tama? Ang date?
Opo, December 20, 2022.
Kinuha yung pera on the same day, December 20.
Opo.
So, kung sabi nyo kanina, unusual yung malaking halaga. Unusual din, o usual ba yun? Yung ganung halaga, same day din i-withdraw? Ganon?
Bali nga po,
Mabilis ba yun?
may prior notice po sila, ang agency, na meron silang magkakaroon po sila ng ganong encashment. So as to
2 days before.
Opo. So, yung pong December naman po kasi, pwede naman po nilang gawin yan on the same day. Kasi po, pag December, merong regulation naman po ang Bureau of Treasury. Kapag po December, hindi na po natin siya inihintayan 24 hours or to 48 hours na ano po.
Yes. So,
Na
but if
grace
you
period.
combine both, the huge amount, which is unusual, and the same day dated check
Transaction.
and the same day withdrawal, is that usual?
So, tingin ko naman po, usual naman po siya.
So the only thing unusual is that it is a huge amount, which you've never experienced in your
Yes, Your
32
Honor.
years.
Opo.
Okay. And so tinatawag sa'yo 2 days before kahit hindi pa handa yung cheque.
Hindi ko na lang po
Oh, kasi
alam sa
2
side
days-
nila. Opo.
2 days before, oh yeah. Pero posible, no, na 2 days before, December 18, 17, hindi pa nahahanda yung cheque, pero ihahanda nila, pininotify na kayo.
Opo.
Okay. Maraming salamat. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Judge Pangilinan. Senator Judge Ontiveros, for the final round, for your last 2 questions, I believe, or no more? No more? If there are no other interventions or interjections from the Senator Judges, the presiding officer would like to excuse you already. Ma'am Violeta Constantino.
Thank you.
You very much, ma'am, for your time. Salamat po sa inyong kooperasyon. Magandang umaga po. Mananghalian po muna kayo dyan bago kayo umuwi. Yes, Senator Judge Pangilinan.
Quick manifestation because I'm receiving a few text messages
The gentleman may proceed.
Thank you. About the non-disclosure by covered transactions. We just have to distinguish, para sa interest lang ng mga nagtatanong, ang covered institutions na hindi pwede mag-disclose ang mga bangko ng AMLA records. Pero ang AMLA mismo, hindi siya, at least the position of the impeachment court, is not covered by the confidentiality of records.
That
So
was what the
clarifies.
chair said earlier, and that was
Yes.
contained in the ruling of the court.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. President.
Madam Witness, ayon sa COA Circular 2015-01, pagdating sa disbursement ng confidential fund, ang authorized lang dapat talaga yung head ng agency or yung designated person ng agency na yon. You agree? And in this case, ang SDO is Edward Fajarda. Alam na natin, kanina pa natin pag-usapan. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, anong mga dokumentong sinamite sa Land Bank, DepEd Land Bank para magpapatunay na in fact talagang si Edward Fajarda ang designated SDO?
Wala po.
Wala?
Wala po.
Anong ibig sabihin wala? So, walang dokumentong isinumite na dinedesignate si Fajarda ng head ng agency na yan para sabihin ito ang SDO. Ito yung maging katransaksyon nyo? Wala?
Wala.
Laway lang?
Nagpunta po dun si Mr. Fajarda na siya yung payee at nag-present po siya ng identification.
Of course, pero dapat meron siyang dokumento pinipresent na siya ang dinedesignate ng head ng agency na yon bilang SDO. Right?
Wala po silang na-present
Wala.
sa amin.
And then you honor it? Face value? Nagpakita lang siya ng dokumento. Ako si Fajarda at ako yung designated SDO just like that. And you said, okay.
Yes, sir.
Wow. No. Under the COA circular, it should only be the head of that agency who happens to be the BP. Or kung ayaw ni BP, magde-designate siya ng tao na maging SDO niya at meron siyang dokumento pipirman para ini-endorse niyang SDO na yon. Who happens to be Fajarda. And you said wala. So sinabi ni Fajarda, hello, ako si Fajarda, akong designated na SDO ng DepEd, and agad-agad pininiwalaan niyo.
During the first encashment, na-mention po ni Ma'am Sonia na mag-e-encash si Mr. Fajarda. Pero parang hindi naman niya na-mention na SDO.
No, ma'am. Ang ibig sabihin, dapat someone should have endorsed Fajarda as the SDO for the DepEd. Sabi mo, wala. So pumunta lang si Fajarda doon, presenta yung sarili niya, sinabi niya akong SDO ng DepEd, and then sabi niya, okay, sige.
Yes.
So hindi kayo sumunod doon sa patakaran ng COA circular.
Wala pong na-present sa amin, sir.
Wala. Okay, so paano malaman kung si Fajardo talagang authorized na mag-withdraw o makipag-transact ng limpak-limpak na salapi sa Land Bank DepEd?
As payee of the check, in-honor na po namin yun.
As pay of the check. So sino ang tumatawag sa inyo para sabihin na si Fajardo pupunta dyan at mag-withdraw ng such and such amount of money day before or 2 days before?
Si Miss Sonia De Leon po.
Sino po si Sonia De Leon?
Siya po ang head ng cash division ng DepEd.
Okay, siya yung kilala niyong head cash division ng DepEd. Pero you know what, nagtataka pa rin ako na wala kayong hawak na dokumento na nagsasabing si Fajardo ang designated SDO coming from the head of that agency na pirmado. Wala.
Wala, sir.
Thank you, Madam.
Your Honor.
Thank you, Senator Judge Rafi. Actually, the chair would like to make a brief interjection. The payee of the check is Fajardo. Correct, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
So kung kanino nakapangalan yung cheque, doon yung ibibigay.
Yes.
Yung cash o kapalit
Yes,
yung
Your
cheque. Kung SDO man siya o hindi. Pero sang-ayon sa COA Circular, SDO lamang ang pwedeng pangalanan ng mga ganyan cheque. Hindi nyo na po alam yung bagay na yan.
Nag-ano lang po kami sa payee ng check, sir.
Kung kaninong pangalan yung nakalagay doon, yun po ang sinusunod lang niya. Yes, Representative Chua.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, the witness has no knowledge as to the designation of Mr. Fajardo and as to the purpose of the fund, Your Honor.
As to being SDO, yes. I believe
As,
you'll be presenting
SDO.
another witness for that.
Yes, we are going to present another witness for that, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
Duly noted. Senator Judge Aquino is recognized. You may proceed, sir, when you're ready. You have 2 minutes.
Yes, before my line of questioning, gusto ko lang pong klaruhin rin po, ma'am. Alam niyo po ba na para sa confidential funds yung pondong yan? Hindi rin po, di ba? And you're not required to ask.
Yes.
Hindi rin kayo nagtatanong talaga.
Yes.
Okay. Pinag-uusapan ho kasi yung covered, suspicious, pati yung salitang unusual. Sa inyo pong pagkakaalam bilang isang bank manager, ano po bang pinagkaiba ng covered transaction, suspicious transaction?
Ang covered transaction po is automatic po yung inire-report sa AMLC. May system po ang Land Bank na ang mga transactions ng bangko na in excess of 500,000 ay automatic na naka-report. Ang suspicious transaction naman po ay pagka mayroon kaming nakita kay malaking amount, kay maliit, basta parang doubtful yung transactions. Kailangan po namin i-report sa STR.
Okay,
Suspicious
so
transaction.
yung covered transaction po, tama po ba na walang human intervention ito? Sa sistema lang po ito?
The STR?
Sa covered transactions,
Covered
may
wala
human
po.
intervention po ba ito?
Wala pong human intervention. System po yan.
Ano po ito? Papasok o palabas o encashment o basta kahit anong above 500,000?
Yes, sir. Kahit na ano po above, in excess of 500, naka-report po siya.
Okay, so we can safely assume that this transaction was covered. Well, you don't want to deduce that, no? Ayaw niyo pong sabihin.
Yes.
Yung suspicious, sino po ang nagde-determine na suspicious ang isang transaction? Who determines that?
Sa amin po, sa branch, pagka po may napansin kami, ako po ang nagre-report niyan din.
Kayo po, wala hong ibang pwedeng mag-report or ang branch manager lang po yung pwedeng mag-report?
Ako kasi yung nagre-report, ako yung nagsasign ng report.
Okay. So, ito po, tinanong ko rin po ito kanina dun sa manager ng Land Bank, pero nais ko lang po marinig rin po sa inyo. Nagkaroon po ba ng suspicious reporting ng transaksyong ito sa AMLA?
Hindi po kami pwedeng mag-divulge ng any information regarding sa reporting po ng STR, sir.
And nasa batas naman po yan na hindi ho kayo pwedeng mag-divulge.
Yes.
Yung sinabi niyo po kaninang unusual, iba po yun sa suspicious?
Iba po.
Okay, can you help me understand ano po yung pinagkaiba ng unusual tsaka suspicious sa inyo pong perspektiba?
Unusual meaning, kakaiba lang yung transaction, pero not necessary suspicious.
Okay. Yung suspicious po, tama po ba may eksaktong definition yan sa mga batas natin? Yung unusual po ay inyo lang pong pakiwari?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And kayo po bilang branch manager, ayaw nyo pong sabihin kung nireport nyo po ito, pero sa inyo pong karanasan, lahat pong nakikita nyong hindi pangkaraniwan, nire-report nyo po ba sa AMLA? Not particularly this case, but in general?
Hindi naman po. Hindi lahat ng mga unusual transaction ay nire-report namin as suspicious.
Alright. Maraming salamat, Mr. Chan.
Senator Judge Ejercito is recognized for his interjections. You may proceed, sir, when you're ready. You have 2 minutes.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Presiding Judge. Just clarification. Ma'am, kanina po nakikinig po ako, no? Ang nabanggit nyo, sabi nyo nga, na ilang beses sabi nyo, unusual po yung 37.5. Madalas, the transaction sa inyo pong branch ay nag-average yan 10 to 20 million. Tama ho ba? Ang aking pagkakarinig.
Opo, mga nasa 10 million.
So sa isang karaniwang araw, ano po yung sa inyo pong experience, ano daw po yung pinakamalaking halaga ng cash na inyo pong nailabas sa inyong sangay para po sa isang client, in this case ito pong ahensya na ang DepEd po? Ano po yung pinakamalaking amount? Ito na po ba yung pinakamalaki dahil sabi nyo kanina ay unusual?
Pinakamalaki pong amount na nailabas nga po ay yung na-encash is yung 37.5.
Ito na po.
Opo.
So ito yung nagsimula nung kailan po ito nagsimula yung ganitong withdrawals, yung ganitong kalaking amount?
Anong pong February, sir?
Ito na lang po, last question, Mr. Presiding Officer. Nangyayari po ba itong ganitong kalaking amount, ganito kalaking halaga na withdrawal sa ngayon?
Ay, during my time, wala na po yung, yun lang pong tatlong yun.
Dito lang. Well, hindi na po nasundan.
Wala na po.
That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Judge Ejercito. If there are no other Senator Judges who wishes to make interventions, Chair would like to make a few. Ms. Camposano, ma'am, tama po bang translation ito? Unusual sa Tagalog, kakaiba.
Yes, Your Honor.
Suspicious, tama po ba, kaduda-duda?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sang-ayon sa AMLAC, yung kaduda-duda dapat i-report, pero yung kakaiba, hindi kailangan i-report.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tama po. Sabi niyo po kasi kanina, yung unusual hindi kailangan i-report, pero yung suspicious, kailangan i-report. Sang-ayon sa batas. Hindi ko po sinasabing suspicious to. Sinasabi ko lang, yun yung sinasabi ng batas.
Yes, sir. Ang suspicious transaction po ay kailangan nating i-report as STR sa AMLC. And yung unusual, kung unusual lang naman siya, but wala naman pong suspicious dun sa transaction, hindi po siya kailangang i-report.
Isa na lang po katanungan, curious lang po ako. Sabi niyo po para pangalagaan ang kaligtasan ng inyong empleyado, hindi pwedeng ihatid ng sino mang empleyado ng bangko yung pinagbigyan ng pera, gaano man kalito, gaano kalaki, dahil kapag hawak niya na yon, kanya na yon. Tama po ba?
Opo.
Ibig sabihin po ba nun, pag na-withdraw na yung pera at hawak na ng depositor yung pera, pag may nang hold up ng bangko, matapos niyang mahawakan yung pera, siya na ho yung mawawalan, di na kayo. Ganun po ba yan? Hindi. Sa praktikalang usapan. Gayun din, paglabas niya ng bangko nyo, na hold up siya doon, hawak niya na eh. Wala na kayong pakialam, di ba? Kaya kayo may polisiya yung gano'n na bawal magatid. Dahil nga, pag hawak na niya, kanya na yon.
Opo.
Kanya na yon, pananagutan niya na yon, wala na kayong pakialam. Ano man ang mangyari doon?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mawala man yon, nakawin man yon, hold upin man yon, labas na kayo doon.
Yes, Your Honor.
That would be all, Ms. Camposano. Are there any other interjections or interventions by any of the Senator Judges?
One quick question.
The Senate President is recognized.
One quick question, Mr. Presiding Officer. Ms. Camposano, nasabi niyo kanina unusual. Pero may nasabi rin kayo kanina in your past experience na may government organization na naglabas ng pera ganang kalaki rin. Bakit unusual po sa DepEd pero hindi unusual dun sa government organization na yun?
Usually kasi yung mga ibang agencies po para normal na from na naglalabas sila ng ganoon. Ito pong kasi sa DepEd kaya ko po nasabing unusual is ito lang pong tatlong to ang nangyari.
So in other words, doon sa ibang government agencies, madalas sila ganito kalaking amount ang lumalabas. Regular yun.
Opo.
Sa DepEd, hindi regular.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Senator Judge Lacson is recognized for his intervention. You may proceed, sir, when you're ready.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Further clarification lang. Binabasa ko po yung Anti-Money Laundering Act. Wala naman pong kaduda-duda nun eh. Either covered or suspicious. Pag covered, may threshold. Maski hindi suspicious, kailangan report kung above the threshold amount, which is 500. Wala po sa batas yung kaduda-duda eh. Either it's suspicious or covered
Yes.
transaction.
Ang ano kasi yon sir, pagka ang covered transaction, automatic pong naka-report siya
Yes.
as covered transaction
Above the threshold.
in excess of 500,000. Sa suspicious transaction po, parang nagkaroon po tayo ng doubt, di ba? And then inimbestigahan po natin at yung pong sa investigasyon natin ay hindi siya pumasa.
Pero-
Suspicious pa rin
Sige
po siya. So that's when kami magre-report as suspicious transaction.
Would like to make a few. Miss Camposano, ma'am, tama po bang translation ito? Unusual sa Tagalog, kakaiba.
Yes, Your Honor.
Suspicious, tama po ba, kaduda-duda?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sang-ayon sa AMLAC, yung kaduda-duda dapat i-report, pero yung kakaiba, hindi kailangan i-report.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tama po. Sabi niyo po kasi kanina, yung unusual hindi kailangan i-report, pero yung suspicious, kailangan i-report. Sangayon sa batas. Hindi ko po sinasabing suspicious to. Sinasabi ko lang, yun yung sinasabi ng batas.
Yes, sir. Ang suspicious transaction po ay kailangan nating i-report as STR sa AMLC. And yung unusual, kung unusual lang naman siya, but wala naman pong suspicious dun sa transaction, hindi po siya kailangang i-report.
Isa na lang po katanungan, curious lang po ako. Sabi niyo po para pangalagaan ang kaligtasan ng inyong empleyado, hindi pwedeng ihatid ng sino mang empleyado ng bangko yung pinagbigyan ng pera, gaano man kalito, gaano kalaki, dahil kapag hawak niya na yon, kanya na yon. Tama po ba?
Opo.
Ibig sabihin po ba nun, pag na-withdraw na yung pera at hawak nun ng depositor yung pera, pag may nang hold up ng bangko, matapos niyang mahawakan yung pera, siya na ho yung mawawalan, di na kayo. Ganun po ba yan? Hindi. Sa praktika lang usapan. Gayun din, paglabas niya ng bangko nyo, na hold up siya doon, hawak niya na eh. Wala na kayong pakialam, di ba? Kaya kayo may polisiya yung gano'n na bawal magatid. Dahil nga, pag hawak na niya, kanya na yon.
Opo.
Kanya na yon, pananagutan niya na yon, wala na kayong pakialam. Ano man ang mangyari doon.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mawala man yon, nakawin man yon, hold upin man yon, labas na kayo doon.
Yes, Your Honor.
That would be all, Ms. Camposano. Are there any other interjections or interventions by any of the senator judges?
One quick question.
The Senate President is recognized.
One quick question, Mr. Presiding Officer. Ms. Camposano, nasabi niyo kanina unusual. Pero may nasabi rin kayo kanina in your past experience na may government organization na naglabas ng perang ganang kalaki rin. Bakit unusual po sa DepEd pero hindi unusual dun sa government organization na yun?
Usually kasi yung mga ibang agencies po para normal na from na naglalabas sila ng ganoon. Ito pong kasing sa DepEd kaya ko po nasabing unusual is ito lang pong tatlong to ang nangyari.
So in other words, doon sa ibang government agencies, madalas sila ganito kalaking amount ang lumalabas. Regular yun.
Opo.
Sa DepEd, hindi regular.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Senator Judge Lacson is recognized for his intervention. You may proceed, sir, when you're ready.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Further clarification lang. Binabasa ko po yung Anti-Money Laundering Act. Wala naman pong kaduda-duda nun eh. either covered or suspicious. Pag covered, may threshold. Maski hindi suspicious, kailangan report kung above the threshold amount, which is 500. Wala po sa batas yung kaduda-duda eh. Either it's suspicious or covered.
Yes.
Transaction.
Ang ano kasi yon sir, pagka ang covered transaction, automatic pong naka-report siya
Yes.
as covered transaction
Above the threshold.
in excess of 500,000. Sa suspicious transaction po, parang nagkaroon po tayo ng doubt, di ba? And then iniimbestigahan po natin at yung pong sa investigasyon natin ay hindi siya pumasa. Suspicious pa rin
Sige
po
po.
siya. So that's when kami magre-report a suspicious transaction.
Pero there's no such thing in the law na doubtful or kaduda-duda.
Unusual.
It's just covered or suspicious.
Suspicious. So parang nagduda ka and inimbestigahan.
Walang middle layer, ibig sabihin.
Yes.
Pag above the threshold, tapos covered institution, like casinos, real estate, automatic i-report nyo kasi covered
Yes.
institutions.
Yes.
Ngayon, ordinary depositor, pumunta sa bangko, nag-deposit o nag-withdraw ng more than 500, that's above the threshold, it becomes a covered transaction.
Yes, sir.
So wala akong kaduda-duda.
Yes, sir.
Suspicious lang. Wala yung middle. It's either you categorize it into covered or suspicious. Wag na ho tayo mag-usap ng kaduda-duda, basta, or unusual pala, sorry. Wag na natin pag-usapan yung unusual. Either kaduda-duda lang or covered.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Senator Judge Villanueva for his second round.
Yes, no, Mr. President, just a short interjection. I was looking at the BSP circular number 1215. And in this circular of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, it says here, a transaction is considered unusual when it shows patterns that are inconsistent with the account owner's usual behavior, is not commensurate with the known business or financial capacity of the account owner, or deviates from the account owner's profile. So, naintindihan niyo po ito when you say unusual, di po ba? Pumapasok po dito sa BSP circular.
Again, sir?
Whenever you said that this is unusual, pumapasok po o dito sa kategoryang ito pumapasok ng BSP circular 1215, yung binabanggit po ninyo, na ang transaksyon ay considered unusual kung ito po ay nagpapakita ng patterns that are inconsistent with the account owner's usual behavior.
So kaya po siya unusual, sir.
Yun nga po, kaya tinatanong ko po kayo,
Yes,
whenever
sir.
you say this, na it's unusual, dahil pumapasok po siya sa kategoryang ito.
Yes, sir.
Salamat po, Ginoong Pangulo.
Senator Judge Lacson is recognized.
Medyo na-confuse lang ako kanina. I did not mean kaduda-duda, but yung unusual na sinasabi kong wala.
Yes.
Thank you. Kasi yung kaduda-duda na mistook ko as unusual. So,
Ako na po yung nag-translate nun. Suspicious equals kaduda-duda, unusual kakaiba. Senator Judge Lauren Legarde is recognized for her interjection. You may proceed, ma'am, when you're ready, and you have 2 minutes.
Just very briefly, thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. After hearing all the words unusual, suspicious, illegal, but I just wanted to understand, Ma'am Camposano, matapos po maging subject ng congressional inquiry ang mga transaction na ito, nagsagawa ba ho ang Land Bank ng anumang internal review kung paano hinanda, na-authorize, or na-release ang cash?
Internal review po ng Land Bank?
Yes, because you used words unusual, suspicious, all of that. I just wanted to know, pagkatapos po nangyari yun, was there any internal review? I just wanted to understand that.
After ng Congress hearing, Your Honor?
Yes, because dun po namin unang nabatid yung inyong mga statements. Yes.
Hindi ko na po masagot yan, Your Honor, because I was with Land Bank DOTR na po nung time na yon. So kung ano man po yung nangyari with DepEd branch at the time, after the congressional hearing, hindi ko po alam.
Oh, so after the hearings, when you made these manifestations, hindi po kayo pamilyar kung nagkaroon po ng pagbabago, ng review, i-assess yung proseso dahil po sa inyong mga kaalaman.
Yes, Your
Linipat
Honor.
na po kayo.
No. I was with Land Bank DOTR na during the congressional hearing.
Yes. And so you were not called for any review based on your revelations.
Wala po.
Okay. So, I had many questions. I was supposed to ask you, anong saklaw ng review, ano ang security arrangements, documentation, reporting requirements, but if you're not familiar with the review, so you will not be able to answer. So, do we assume then that the process is still the same? Kung walang binago po, ibig po bang sabihin na Land Bank considered the existing process sufficient and that the same transaction could still be handled in substantially the same manner today? Gusto ko po lang maintindihan kung unusual, usually kakausapin dapat yan o a-assess ang proseso. But if it was not, how is the process today? Paano po nagbago kung meron man?
Kung sa ngayon po, ang nagbago po ang proseso niyan dahil meron na pong tayong BSP guidelines na ang amount lang po ng cash na mailalabas is up to 1 million. Then, pagka more than 1 million, ay kailangan na po ng necessary approvals.
Yes, I'm talking about the changes, evaluation, assessment after the congressional inquiry. Did this, are you referring to a BSP guideline that was given after the congressional inquiry?
I know, ma'am.
Yes, that's what I'm referring to. From the time, ma'am, that you gave those statements, and if you found it unusual, and up to now, I wanted to know whether there was any internal, yes, I take note of that, internal assessments to review so that there could be changes for security arrangements. If none, and if not familiar with you, I leave it at that. Except that normally in life, when something is unusual, which is not necessarily suspicious, which is not necessarily illegal, but you assess and you make changes to improve the process. But you're saying you are not familiar with any such investigations or assessment or review.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Senator Judge Padilla first. Apologies, Senator Allen. Senator Judge Padilla for his interjections. Thereafter, Senator Judge Alan Cayetano. You have 2 minutes, sir. You may proceed when you're ready.
Maraming salamat po. Isang mabilis lang po ito. Pagka sinabi pong unusual, hindi pangkaraniwan. Hindi po ba?
Yes.
Kapag sinabing suspicious, ibig sabihin kahinahinala.
Apa, sir.
Wala po kayong nakitang kahinahinala. Hindi po ba?
Wala naman po.
Opo, ibig sabihin hindi po illegal.
Wala naman. Ang ano lang po kasi namin is yun sa check and cashment.
Opo, ibig sabihin wala pong illegal.
Wala po.
Kaya nakita. Okay, maraming salamat po. Sa prosecution naman po ako. Ginoong prosecutor, pangkaraniwan po ba ang confidential fund?
Your Honor, yung confidential fund po, sa akin pong pagkakaalam, ito po'y binibigay sa
Pangkaraniwan po ba siya na ibinibigay?
Depende po sa mga government agency at saka
So
head
hindi
ng
po siya
agency.
pangkaraniwan kasi depende.
Tama po.
Salamat po.
Thank you, Senator Judge Padilla. Senator Judge Alan Cayetano is recognized for his interjections. You have 2 minutes, sir. You may proceed when you're ready.
I think most senators already clarified, but just a little bit more. Magandang hapon, Madam Witness.
Good afternoon, sir.
So, are you familiar with confidential or intelligence or discretionary funds?
No, sir.
Yeah. So, yung usual or unusual, depende kung saan ka naka-assign. Kasi for example, kung sa Malacanang ka naka-assign and parating may intelligence funds ang Malacanang, and whether, I don't know how much they usually withdraw, whether it's 25, 50, 100. So if they always do it, then it's usual, right?
Yes, sir.
If they don't, if it's just a one time that year, oh, unusual, bakit suddenly, right? So whether it's you or the previous witness, ang tinatanong lang namin kung usual sa branch niya. Di ba yung in your case kasi you've been assigned to different branches handling different agencies, but not all agencies have confidential funds. So so yung pag tinanong sa usual, you're just being honest kung again, kung if it's usual or not usual or unusual, right?
Yes, sir.
Or put it another way, di ba? If you're a kind of person that you love everyone, then I'm first time ko pumunta sa branch mo, I love Alan, then it's usual. Di ba? Sabi nga ni Tom Jones, it's not unusual to be loved by you. Di ba? Kung yun ang usual. If you're the type of person naman that you don't like anyone, then suddenly I go to your branch, sasabihin naman ng mga tao doon, ma'am, medyo unusual, ba't mo nagustuhan siya? Di ba? So I think yun din yung isang clarify ni Senator Tulfo, ni Senator Lacson, etc. na iba yung suspicious and covered kasi may legal implications yon. Yung usual, unusual, we're just trying to get to the truth of what's happening here. So the other point what I want to make is that siguro sa prosecution ko na to itanong dahil we're all legislators here, Honorable Chua, no? Is it usual for DepEd to have confidential funds?
Your Honor, I believe that this is the first time that
Yes.
DepEd received confidential.
Yes,
funds, Your
in
Honor.
fact, here in the Senate, in caucus, ako lang halos ang nag-object. I think 2 lang kami o 3. Ang sinabi ko nun sa chairman namin ng Committee in Finance, if the Vice President needs that amount, let's put it all in OVP, same amount na nire-request niya kasi at least dun usually naman talaga meron kasi nga, or pwede, kasi Vice President siya eh. And then kung siya ay nasa Security Council or kung siya ay nasa any law enforcement, ang argument ko noon, if you put it in DepEd, paano pag napalitan yung secretary, will we continue it, etc. So anyway, I just agree with the other senators here that as we go along, let's help the public understand the difference between covered, suspicious, and usual, unusual, para lang walang conclusions that are made that are prejudicial to either the prosecution or the defense. Thank you. Thank you, President.
Thank you, Senator Judge Cayetano. There being no other senator judges who wish to make interjections, Ms. Camposano, you are excused, ma'am. Thank you very much for your time and your cooperation. Salamat po sa inyong pakikilahok sa pagdinig na ito ng impeachment court. You are excused, ma'am. On the part of the prosecution, may I know who are your witnesses for next week's trial?
Your
The
Honor,
lead prosecutor is recognized.
Your Honor, and in response to your question, we are requesting for the issuance of subpoena duces tecum and subpoena ad testificandum for the following witnesses. 1. Roderick C. Wamil, former State Auditor of COA ICFAO. Address is Commission on Audit, Central Office Compound, Commonwealth Avenue, Quezon City. 2. Ms. Cylene May L. Del Campo, present State Auditor of COA ICFAO with same address. 3. Ms. Marivic Pareja, Director of House of Representative Legislative Information Resources Management Department, Batasang Pambansa Complex, Batasan Hills, Quezon City. Your Honor, these 3 witnesses are intended to be presented on August 3, August 4, and August 5 trial schedules.
In that order.
Yes, Your Honor.
Honorable Luistro. So first Roderick, next Cylene, and third would be Marivic.
That's correct, Your Honor.
The clerk of court is directed to issue the corresponding subpoena ad testificandum, subpoena ducis tecum to the aforementioned witnesses at the aforestated addresses of the witnesses mentioned by the lead prosecutor. So ordered. Chair would like to dispose of one other administrative matter. Last July 15, the Honorable Aquino asked a question before this court regarding the procedure. If after each article we will hear both the prosecution and the defense, and the presiding officer responded in the negative, citing as basis the precedent in the Corona impeachment trial, the only trial that actually went through the whole course, wherein the prosecution finished presentation of their evidence with respect to all of the articles of impeachment that they did not withdraw. Thereafter, the defense presented their evidence with respect to the articles of impeachment that were not withdrawn by the prosecution. Sometime last week, the presiding officer, based on some of the suggestions by some of the senator judges, called for a sidebar with the lead prosecutor and the lead counsel for respondent to throw a question at them if they're open to changing the procedure to the one suggested in open court by Senator Bam Aquino. However, subject to one condition, that both parties should be agreeable, that both parties should agree. We are in receipt of a manifestation. Actually, just a reminder to the counsel, to the panel for prosecutors, you filed a manifestation, not a manifestation. The manifestation dated 7/27 and the response of the respondents dated 7/28, wherein it is clear based on your written manifestations that there is no agreement between the two parties. Therefore, we shall proceed as originally ruled by the chair from the inquiry of Senator Bam Aquino. We shall finish with the presentation of the evidence in chief of the prosecutors for all the articles of impeachment that they will not withdraw. I'm saying that only because of the Corona impeachment experience we had, wherein some articles were withdrawn by the prosecution. Thereafter, we will hear the evidence in chief of the respondent for all the articles that remain, or all the articles that evidence will be presented by the prosecution. So ordered. If there are no other matters, Senator Judge Zubiri is recognized.
Mr. President, Mr. Presiding Officer, there is just a request from most of our colleagues here that if we can adjust our schedule in the mornings to 10:30 in the morning till 3:30 in the afternoon. Because like the minority leader who comes from Bikutan, inaabutan po siya ng traffic pag maaga. Ganon din ang haba ng biyahe niya. So baka pwede naman ma-adjust natin ng 10:30 ng umaga and then 3:30 ng hapon tayo matapos at 4 o'clock tayo mag-session. Kasi anyway, ililipat lang naman natin yung mga lamesa. Madali naman yung gawin. You don't need 1 hour to That is the first question. I have a second question. The second question is, may we start our legislative session today earlier?
We will respond to
At 3
both.
o'clock. Thank you, Mr. President.
Senator Lapid would like to amend that a bit. If we can start at 10:30 and end at 2:30 so that we can begin our session regularly at 3. Senator Judge
Senate
Lacson.
President, Mr. Presiding Officer, ikokos na lang po natin yung first manifestation ni Majority Leader.
So if you will hold the caucus
Kasi
first, we have to
ako, I
adjourn today
prepared
at a specific time. So will it be 10 or 10:30?
I would prepare 10 o'clock, so I would suggest na ikokos natin.
10 for this Monday, August 3. Then we adjust after the caucus. But for this afternoon, upon the authorization of the Senate President, we shall convene at 3 p.m., the regular session of the Senate for today. There being no other matters to be taken up, the trial is adjourned until August 3 at 10 a.m. in the morning, and session for this afternoon shall be convened at 3 p.m. for the information of all the senators. Trial is adjourned.